Good morning from the Duke Sport Shop Studios, downtown Newberry. Dan Hardenbrook, glad to have you along. Hey, guess what? It's finally Friday. Time now to take a look at your latest local news from around the region with the latest Newberry news update here on M123 FM. Your local news this morning is being brought to you by the Luce County Veteran Services Office, proudly advocating for our area veterans. Contact Luce County Veteran Services Officer Rick Menard at 906-293-4890. In your local news this morning, a federal judge has ruled that the Enbridge Line 5 pipeline case will remain in federal court. U.S. District Judge Janet Neff has ruled that the clash over Enbridge Energy's Line 5 pipeline and whether or not it should continue operating is raising issues under consideration at the highest levels of the country's government. Neff goes on to rule that the matter is properly in federal court. The ruling was part of a 15-page opinion that is drawing praise from Enbridge Energy and its supporters. Governor Gretchen Whitmer's office expressed disappointment in the ruling, and environmentalists have ramped up pressure on President Joe Biden to intervene. The federal judge retained jurisdiction in the dispute over the Canadian oil pipeline running through the Straits of Mackinac, rejecting Governor Gretchen Whitmer's contention the case belongs in state court. The Enbridge Line 5 pipeline transports 23 million gallons of crude oil and natural gas liquids daily from Superior, Wisconsin to Sarnia, Ontario. Part of the pipeline moves through Michigan's Upper Peninsula, and a 4-mile section is divided into two pipes that cross at the bottom of the Straits of Mackinac. Whitmer originally ordered Enbridge Energy to close earlier this year, wanting to shut down the 68-year-old pipeline. Whitmer was standing up with indigenous tribes, environmentalists, and tourist businesses that say the pipeline risks a devastating spill in the Great Lakes. Calgary, Alberta, Canada-based Enbridge Energy is saying that the pipeline is safe and ignored the governor's May 12th shutdown deadline. State Attorney General Dana Nessel filed the case in Ingham County Circuit Court, arguing that it was a state matter. Enbridge responded with a federal suit in Michigan's Western District. Also at play is an ongoing treaty between the United States and Canadian governments that has caused issues with rulings on the project. Troopers from the Michigan State Police arrested a Grayling man after he was speeding across the Mackinac Bridge in a stolen vehicle. Michigan State Police troopers made the stop Wednesday night. They say that they stopped a green Toyota Tundra that was traveling at high speeds across the Mackinac Bridge near the toll booth area. The driver was going 73 miles per hour in the 45-mile speed zone. After a routine check, the car came back stolen out of San Saba, Texas. According to the local police department there, the vehicle was taken from a used car dealership after the man went in, took the vehicle for a test drive, never came back. While troopers were attempting to make an arrest, the man did fight. They were able to take him into custody. He was lodged in the Mackinac County Jail on charges of possessing a stolen vehicle, resisting and obstructing police officers, operating under the influence of drugs, and not having a valid operator license. Michigan State Police troopers were assisted by the Mackinac County Sheriff's Department and St. Ignace City Police. Engadine Consolidated Schools has announced details for their upcoming fall sports banquet. Engadine will honor its fall sports teams in a series of ceremonies that will take place Tuesday, November 23rd. Things will be a little bit differently for the awards night this year. Parents and athletes can choose to attend all award presentations, choose only their child's program. There'll be pizza and drinks available in the cafeteria throughout the evening. Parents and athletes are welcome to help themselves before or after their child's presentation. Cross-country awards will be from 6 until 6:30, football 6:45 to 7:15, and volleyball from 7:30 until 8 p.m. In previous years, Engadine has held all of their ceremonies at the same exact time, which has caused families to have to spend multiple hours waiting for one short presentation for their child. If you have any questions, you can contact Engadine Consolidated Schools. Cloverland Electric Cooperative has announced that they are launching an American Rural Cooperative Power Program. Cloverland announcing the launch of the new generation and transmission organization. Cooperative officials said the primary long-term benefits of the American Rural Cooperative Power will be stabilizing power supply costs and managing future rate increases for Cloverland and future members of the program. In the short term, the formation allows Cloverland to manage existing generations while positioning the cooperative to capitalize on additional infrastructure opportunities. With the recent passing of the federal infrastructure bill, funding is available for renewable development, including solar and wind farm projects and local infrastructure projects, including broadband, smart grid, and electric vehicle infrastructure. Officials said additional benefits include managing renewable energy projects from design to completion, transporting energy to provide flexibility and participation on a larger scale, and integrating multiple sources to create a balanced and blended approach to renewables and energy deployment. Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson has announced that the state of Michigan is lifting driver license suspensions and other motor infractions for over 350,000 Michigan residents. Benson made the announcement Thursday that her office has lifted suspensions on driver's licenses for over 150,000 of the state's suspended drivers. Last month, the department lifted an additional 12,000 suspensions. That means Michiganders are now able to renew their licenses, but may have to pay a reinstatement fee or reapply for a license. Secretary of State office is also canceling driving infractions. However, many infractions still remain in place, and many still have suspended licenses. Residents can visit their Secretary of State online account to view their letter and purchase a copy of their driving record. Instruction and additional information is available at the Secretary of State website. I'm Dan Hardenbrook. This is your latest local news on a Friday morning. Your morning news this morning brought to you by the Luce County Veteran Services Office. Veteran Services Officer Rick Menard, ready to serve you. Call him 293-4890. Time now to check in with sports this morning. High school hockey action last night. The Manistee Emeralds co-op program featuring players from Manistee, Newberry, Munising, and Superior Central had their regular season debut, falling in a 1-0 contest against the Kingsford Flivvers. The game, taking place in Iron Mountain, saw only one goal scored. Kingsford got a shorthanded goal in the second period, hung on for the victory. The Manistee Emeralds had 27 shots on goal in the contest, but couldn't get one to go through. Freshman goaltender Alex Noble made 23 saves on 24 shots in the contest. A pair of local high school football players have been named to the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association's All-Region team for 2021. Newberry senior linebacker Johnny Nutkins and Engadine senior lineman Drew French were a part of the selections to the MHS FCA All-Region teams. They select the best of the best among 8-man football as voted on by coaches around the state. College football action this weekend. Michigan State heads to Ohio State for a huge showdown in the Big Ten. 7th-ranked Spartans are 18.5-point underdogs at number 4 Ohio State on Saturday. It's a noon kickoff on ABC. 6th-ranked Michigan will travel to Maryland. That's a 3:30 contest on the Big Ten Network. Other Big Ten games this weekend feature Purdue at Northwestern, Rutgers at Penn State. Illinois travels to 17th-ranked Iowa. Nebraska is in Madison to take on the 15th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers, and Minnesota will be at Indiana. The Lions will continue their search for win number 1 on the season when they travel to Cleveland to battle the Browns Sunday afternoon. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff on Fox. The Lions, tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers last week, continue to be winless on the season. The Green Bay Packers look to keep themselves in contention for the top spot in the NFC. They'll be on the road taking on the Minnesota Vikings in an NFC North matchup. That is a 1 o'clock kickoff on Fox. Other NFC North action this weekend features the Chicago Bears hosting the Baltimore Ravens. Your latest local weather forecast from the National Weather Service and M123 FM for the weekend. Snow showers likely on this Friday, possibly mixing with rain. Cloudy skies and a high in the mid-30s. For your Saturday, slight chance of rain and snow mix, mostly cloudy, a high in the mid-40s. South winds 10 to 15, gusting as high as 20. For your Sunday, 50% chance of rain, cloudy, a high in the low to mid-40s. I'm Dan Hardenbrook. This is your latest Newberry News Update on M123 FM. Hope you have a great weekend.